if you sell out your pattern examiners, and when I say sell out, what I mean is, at worst, you become part of the contagion. You become part of the mischaracterization of the scientific truth. Then you're damaging your own credibility. So you might genuinely, and I trust me, I understand this. I was a firearm and tool mark examiner that was a laboratory director, and I had to work really hard to understand the science that was being practiced in our DNA unit, in our drug chemistry unit, in our toxicology unit. I took that upon myself. In fact, two of the most consequential weeks that I ever spent as a laboratory director is I wrote about this in 50 Situations, Awaiting Every Forensic Scientist. I called my DNA technical leader and I said, hey, look, I want you to set up a week for me. I'm going to come. I want to spend a week with you as a trainee. I want you to teach me about this discipline. And it was one of the best weeks I ever spent. I don't know that I've ever learned more in a single week as a professional than I did as a laboratory director when I went back and spent that week with my DNA folks. And they prepared so that I could see as much as possible. And what happened after that was it made me so much more articulate and knowledgeable of the discipline, so that when they had to come in and talk with me, I understood what they were talking about. It really empowered me as a laboratory director, and I ended up doing the same thing in our toxicology unit in Michigan. I don't think I spent a full week there, but I spent a few days just trying to understand the discipline, because I recognized and I appreciated that it's very different than what I was accustomed to as an examiner of stochastic patterns, as a firearm and tool mark examiner. I took that upon myself. I felt that was my responsibility to my team. But what I've learned over the years, and this continues to be a problem, is that there are many laboratory administrators or leaders in the forensic laboratory community that come from instrumental backgrounds and are very good at what they do, and they're honest people, and they're hardworking people, and they care about their laboratories, they care about their people, they care about the well-being of their team. But there is at times sort of an almost reflexive dismissal or lack of desire to understand the scientific validity behind these pattern comparison disciplines. And I'm going to repeat something that I mentioned to my friends at the Association of Firearm and Tool Mark Examiners meeting during my keynote in Baltimore. And that is that as certain as you're hearing my voice right now, the identification and the individualization of tool marks, striations on bullets, impressions on cartridge cases, latent prints, footwear impressions, tire impressions, the ability to identify and individualize them to the source that created them is legally, judicially, and scientifically valid, period. And that was exactly how I worded it at the conference, period.